Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to another video of the vintage Christmas light variety. So we've got a bit of a weird video today, and I'm a little bit sceptical of whether I should actually be filming this, but I don't know. I mean, by the time this goes out, it'll be nearer to Christmas, and what can they do? So here we have what I do believe are some vintage London lantern lights. Now, I don't know what brand. And the white cable, I'm not going to lie, is throwing me quite a bit because I assumed they'd be like Pifco or something. But I can't find any on images or anything that have this white cable. So it's quite an interesting thing. But yeah, and I'll explain why it's a bit awkward. These aren't mine. So I've been on eBay looking for vintage Christmas lights, retro Christmas lights recently, and a lot of boxed stuff, new old stock has come up. Now, I already ordered some. I imagine I would have already featured these by now. These Victorian lanterns in box, amazing. I tend to buy lights like that, a little bit kind of more on the retro side, not quite vintage. Whereas I would say these are probably much more towards the vintage end of things. Yeah, so I was expecting two boxes to arrive, well, or two sets of lights to arrive in one box. I picked this up, it's quite light, and I opened it and went, well, that ain't what I ordered. And I was like, immediately like, but I kind of recognise them as some kind of London lantern light. And, yeah, I do believe that's what it is. But obviously this isn't what I've ordered, and in fact, the seller got in contact with me before I got in contact with them. Someone else has received my package, I've received theirs, so we're sending them both back and hopefully we'll swap them. So all is pretty well so far, if it all goes well. And yeah, I've been blessed with the chance to have a look. I really don't want to like disturb them too much because I say they're not mine, they're going to someone else. But these cool vintage lights. And while I've never been that keen on the very vintage stuff, these are pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. Are they nice enough for me to want to go out and buy a set? Probably not. I started looking at the prices and yes, these sell for quite a bit. They're clearly quite sought after lights, so I imagine the other person is quite disappointed with what they've received because I'm just buying the retro ones that aren't quite as expensive. But yeah, they have these big lanterns and then these smaller lanterns as well, which are more reminiscent to the ones I've been buying lately. So yeah, it's pretty interesting to see them. It's not the best look at them in a box like this, but like I say, I don't want to take them out or disturb them too much. And so they're not mine, but they are pretty and the colours are nice. They've obviously got coloured shades. They've gone for purple. We've got purple, orange, blue and green by the looks of it. And the lanterns have the same, the little lanterns have the same colours too. These seem to have these kind of little screw-in bulbs, which I don't think I have a set in my collection of screw-in bulbs. All the sets I have are all push-in, so that probably can help date or brand this set perhaps, if anyone knows. Yeah, tiny little screw-in bulbs with these little holders that just twist into the lanterns. It's really interesting. But yeah, there's one thing on my mind, and I think we might as well. I know they're not mine, but I got them on the dimmer. So we'll just turn the dimmer up a little bit. And while they're pretty dim, we'll turn the light off. Wow, okay, I can dim them right down because the camera's exposure is astronomical. We'll have them super, super dim. And yeah, they have clear bulbs inside the coloured housings, so definitely pretty retro. And I thought, I probably wouldn't like that much. But I tell you what, they are incredibly pretty lights. I know it's not the best viewing angle with all the wire and all that, but yeah, like I say, I feel a little bit guilty doing this, but I just couldn't resist, and I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of really made me want a set. But I don't think I'm going to be getting myself one for how much they sell for. Well, hopefully the phone camera has done them a decent amount of justice, because I didn't want to get the big main camera out. Lights coming back. Yeah, we'll turn them off. Like I say, someone else's, so let's not cause any problems. So I'm going to package these back up, and we'll get this sent back off to the seller. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. Nice little look into a set of lights that I've seen on videos and seen pictures of, and thought, nah, that's a bit too beyond my collection really, or too expensive for my collection of lights anyway. So yeah, a little interesting insight to what they're actually like in person. So yeah, that's a silver lining to what could be quite an annoying situation. But yeah, I bet the other buyer is pretty stressed out right now.